Hello everyone, we are the 2019-2020 Ebony Project team and this is our final presentation. The Ebony Project was first launched in 2016 by Taylor Guitars with the Congo Basin Institute, a UCLA affiliate in Cameroon. Taylor Guitars is the #1 acoustic guitar producer in the world, and its creator, Bob Taylor, spearheaded this project. Taylor took it upon himself to bridge the guitar industry with sustainability, which places the Ebony Project at the intersection of business, community, and research, with its overarching goal of planting 15,000 ebony trees. So far, we have produced 4,000 ebony saplings. While the project's main goal is to plant ebony trees, it also looks to enrich the livelihoods of the local communities by utilizing an agroforestry approach where participants are provided with a fruit tree free of cost. So why does the Ebony Project matter? At its core, the Ebony Project supports the local villages by promoting food and income security through community involvement. The project also works to increase both reforestation and the livelihoods of local Cameroonians. We had the pleasure of meeting Bob Taylor back in January, and he told us what his end goal of the Ebony Project would look like. It wasn't economic prosperity or the expansion of Taylor Guitars, but rather for the Ebony Project to not be special. The project is meant to stand as an industry example where companies learn to responsibly source their product, thus empowering the local communities that are the backbones of these industries. We hope that in the future, projects similar to the Ebony Project will become the industry standard. To the left, you can see some select villages participating in the Ebony Project. Pictured in the middle is the beautiful dark hue produced by ebony trees. And lastly, to the right is Bob Taylor himself working with local Cameroonians as well as a local ebony nursery.
Like many of you listening today, our team was also impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The green map with red pins indicates where our team members are separated around the world, and we are no longer together at UCLA. After fundraising and receiving both generous donations and a grant, our trip to Cameroon was unfortunately canceled due to COVID-19. We shifted our focus to research remotely rather than on-site. Remote research consisted of Zoom interviews, literature reviews, and simulation of field data at home. With the support of our advisors, these challenges did not define our project outcomes. This year is the 4th installment of the Ebony Project Practicum at UCLA. Therefore, our team's goal is to continue to research on ebony as a species with hopes of fostering the longevity of the Ebony Project. We aim to accomplish this through 3 main research questions which focus on the following. 1. Researching successful reforestation techniques to foster ebony growth. 2. Researching the value chain of co-crops to support local communities. And 3. The application of technology to increase data storage for long-term success. As you can see from the figure on the right, our 3 questions are intertwined and address similar areas including agroforestry, land tenure, and added value. The questions also overlap with respect to research on deforestation, empowering local communities, and improving food security. Moving forward, we will share our results with you all.
For our first question, we tackled the issue of tropical deforestation. We did this by completing a literature review of over 35 articles. It's important to note that deforestation and reforestation are 2 different sides of the same coin. Through our research, we developed a list of successful and unsuccessful reforestation practices. One successful practice we noted is agroforestry, which is the current method of the Ebony Project. Agroforestry implements a co-crop system within reforestation as a means to incentivize local people to continuously care for reforested trees. The implementation of socioeconomic incentives encourages the local people to actively care for trees as they see a direct benefit as well. In addition, we found that having a lack of program management often led to the decline of reforestation success, as well as the absence of a long-term plan. From our literature review, we produced some recommendations for the Ebony Project. Yearly town meetings, which would include furthering the education of locals on the drivers of deforestation, would be beneficial. 2 more of note are the improvement of documenting land tenure, as well as the expansion of value chains, which will be further discussed in the next few slides. Understanding successful practices to combat deforestation is vital to the longevity of the Ebony Project.
The value chain aims to promote successful co-crop production within the rural villages of the project. Because the ebony tree takes about 80 years to mature, supplementing farmers with productive trees that can yield real value in the short term provides them with an incentive to participate in the Ebony Project. we decided to focus on two currently planted species, the avocado and ginseng. We chose these two species because of their high nutritional and economic value. As most of us know, the avocado is a fruit high in healthy fats and proteins and is in high demand and short supply around the world, making it an ideal crop for export. Ginseng, on the other hand, is a medicinal herb and commonly used cultural spice in both Asia and Africa. When used in its entirety, ginseng is a protein-rich and calorie-dense fruit which can be used to supplement nutrition and boost natural immunity. After speaking with a number of industry experts in both supply chain and ecological management, we realized that the types of cost and added value are extremely different depending on the stage of production and eventual end consumer. For this year in particular, we were most concerned with the pre-production stage of the chain. When we met with Bob Taylor, he declared that his main goal for this component of the project was to improve food security amongst the villages involved. It was crucial to us that although we incorporate modes for potential expansion, we focus on addressing the needs of indigenous communities. Our goal was to create a comprehensive model to secure food for local consumption while figuring out how we could incorporate ecology and indigenous knowledge to increase yields of our crops. We did this by compiling the ideas earned through our expansive research to propose a value chain model which avoids the exploitation of both the land and the local communities.
Lastly, our team assessed whether or not incorporating technology would benefit the Ebony Project. When we say incorporating technology, we mean using mobile phones in the field to record data, then uploading that information to a main central data hub. This is known as mobile data collection. The current data collection process involves a team of surveyors that record all sorts of information, the types of plants, their growth rates, and what nurseries those plants came from. But this process is being done by paper right now. And although this works, all sorts of inconsistencies can occur, and it's just time consuming. So our team looked for a mobile platform that would meet our three most important criteria. It had to be free, easy to use, and work offline. And luckily, we found an app called ODK. Shown on the very right of the screen, we developed forms through this app ODK for our team of surveyors in Cameroon to fill out when they go to the field. Alongside with making forms, we conducted a cost-benefit analysis to see if it was worth it to incorporate tech into the Ebony Project. And our research suggests that although incorporating tech has some initial costs, like devices and technology supportive infrastructure, there's already an initial existing workforce to take over that process, so that's neutral. And then more importantly, the benefits can provide documentation of who planted what and where, which can hopefully lead to some securing of land. Tech will also reduce labor in monitoring and ensure quality data inputs for our team in Cameroon, and moving forward will be better suited for the future of the Ebony Project.
In closing, we hope that our research is a step in the right direction to fostering the longevity of the Ebony Project. We hope this project inspires you as this project has inspired us. Our research on reforestation, value chains, and technology combine to work towards our greater goal and build upon past practicum research. This year, we have gained so many skills such as problem solving, writing, verbal communication, and having a better sense of being a global citizen, which we will take with us as we graduate from UCLA.
Thank you, and we look forward to your questions.